PRC, quality service since 1972. Repairing TVs, console stereos, electronic musical instruments, pinball machines, arcade games, and more. Call 836-0454.
Hello, this is James Spann. This is our Weather Xtreme video for Friday morning, the 7th of December. If you're new to this, you can watch these twice-a-day weekdays, once-a-day weekends on our blog, also on iTunes and YouTube. So let's get right to it. We'll go to the Skycam network early this morning at the insane hour of about 5 o'clock, and we are looking at downtown Clanton from the Skycam there, and got the big Christmas parade tonight. I will be the Grand Marshal. We'll start at 6 o'clock, and I'll be doing the weather down there live at 5. Be a wonderful night for a parade. Cool, but certainly not as cold as recent nights. Here's a look at downtown Birmingham, looking north from the top of the Daniel Building. And from Alabama's highest mountain, we're looking west from Mount Cheahaw. Off in the distance, the lights of the cities of Munford and Talladega. And you can see a few stars up there, the sky mostly fair. Water vapor satellite imagery. The big story is that trough digging down into the western states. That's going to set up a big mountain snowstorm out there for a few days and ultimately bring our next chance of showers next week. And how that evolves will determine our weather here next week. Temperatures are noticeably, warmer, maybe not the word, not as cold around here this morning. Instead of being below freezing, we are mostly in the 40s this morning with 30s limited to the eastern and southeastern part of the state. And you can see how the southerly winds kicking off to the west. Jackson, Mississippi is sitting around 50, and look at all the 60s out there in Texas. And that mild air is moving in this direction, and we are talking potential for record warmth over the weekend, especially on Sunday. We're forecasting 75. If we hit that, that will be a new record high. There's a look at what's happening around the nation, all the winter storm watches out west in the mountains out there. And again, in some of those mountainous areas, they'll be measuring the snow in feet instead of inches. And we'll keep an eye on that thing very carefully over the weekend. Now, the rain expected through Tuesday evening. Almost all of the action still west of here. It's just like we can't buy a drop. Of course, out in the mountains, it'll be a lot of snow, and we're going to see some ice potential there for Oklahoma and Kansas and maybe even down into North Texas. It's going to be an interesting setup there with very shallow cold air and moist air going on top of that. Model output. This is the 06Z run of the GFS, the Global Forecast System, valid at noon today. And we've got our western trough getting its act together at the surface. Starting to look messy out there. Saturday starting off the weekend, we've got ridging here, trough out west. And let me just say this, over the weekend, I can't say there's no chance of rain. There might be a rogue shower popping up somewhere, but most folks are going to stay dry. And again, very mild, highs up in the 70s with that ridging. We'll stay at this level. And by the way, this is at 500 millibars. There's Sunday. Trough out west digging, we stay under the ridge. Monday, it's the same deal. We'll be way up in the 70s while the trough just barely comes out. And finally, Tuesday, there's some evidence it's beginning to move. But on this run, the GFS is considerably slower. It's really having a hard time getting down the details of how this thing comes out of there. But we'll go down to the surface on Tuesday, and it's still bone dry. And for now, our forecast has a chance of showers Tuesday afternoon and Tuesday night. And again, we're not going to change that based on this run, but this one certainly looks slower. And then Wednesday, it finally comes out. Of course, the main energy will weaken and pass north of here, but at the surface, there comes that batch of showers now showing up on Wednesday. So Tuesday night, Wednesday, somewhere in there, we'll have some showers, and it looks like a quarter-inch kind of thing, maybe a little more in a few spots, but don't get your hopes up for a major rain event here. And then Thursday, it's long gone, Thursday of next week. So let's go out there a few more days. This is valid the 17th of December. A nice trough passing north of here, and there's a nice batch of rain coming through here. And that seems to be our next hope for a decent rain event. And again, we'll see showers middle of next week, but this hopefully will bring more than that. Again, this is the 17th of December. And at the end of the cycle on the 22nd, another nice trough showing up. And hey, this is pure voodoo out here. That might change from run to run, but we're just peaking for it now. That's it for the Weather Xtreme video this morning. We'll have notes on the blog. We'll try to crank a video out this afternoon. Might not be able to do that because of the travel schedule, but we'll try. But one way or the other, we'll have a discussion on the blog this afternoon, and Brian Peters will have the updates here over the weekend with the Weather Xtreme video. That's it for this morning. Thanks for watching. Have a wonderful day, and God bless.